You want to do something different this year at your church that's not an Easter egg hunt. You want to stand out from the rest of the churches in your community who are all doing Easter egg hunts to entice families to come back to church and plug in new families and offer something fun for the community. You want to stand out from the crowd. Today I have 10 Easter egg hunt alternatives for churches to share with you. Oh, hi, I'm Shawn. Welcome to my channel. We talk about ministry life over here and try to balance the seriousness with the silly. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. One of the more popular Easter egg alternatives for churches involves this brilliant book right here from my friend Glennis Nillist. This is called 'Twas the Morning of Easter. She wrote this book and she has a download to print out Stations of the Cross. Basically, it's a Storywalk that uses the pages and the words from her book to help families walk through the story of Easter. Here are a couple images that she posted on social media. Here you can see one of the pictures from her book, and it asks a question and it's in front of a church. For all the information about how to do the Storywalk using 'Twas the Morning of Easter, I will leave it linked in the description box below. It's super popular. Have you heard of Messy Church? It is all the rage. I mean, really, if you haven't heard of Messy Church, it'll probably be coming to your area. I have a dear friend who heads up Messy Church in my part of the world over here in South Carolina. She does it, I think, in other states as well. Sorry if I don't know all the details, but I see her posting about Messy Church all the time. They have a Messy Church Messy Easter version that you can purchase online. They also have free Messy Easter curriculums and ideas that you can download for free from like 2020 and 2021 that I found. Messy Church is a UK-based ministry that really is a tactile option for kids. That idea that in order to really experience Christ and the church, you need to get a little messy. And I love that message. You know, over here, I'm not scared to get a little messy. Chocolate bunnies, marshmallow chicks, colored eggs, and baskets are a lot of fun. But is that really what this season is all about? Messy Church offers your church a tool to bring together people of all ages and stages of faith for a unique, come-as-you-are experience of creativity, celebration, and hospitality. Right now, you can buy Messy Church on Amazon for $8.79. I'll leave a link to that down below. And it has ideas for Lent, Holy Week, and Easter that you can use in Sunday school, you can use for your Wednesday night program, or you can put together an Easter egg hunt alternative event for your whole community. If you have been in the kid men's space for any number of years, you are very familiar with group publishing. They have, in my opinion, fantastic resources. I've been using group publishing for years. I always have to adapt it because they make the curriculum to span across a multitude of denominations. So they try to make the material as generic as possible so that whatever denomination you are a part of, you can add in your denominational specifics. So for example, group tends to put some focus. They usually have in their events one day that focuses on sin. Some denominations and some faith traditions do not want to focus on the sin component. They would rather focus on the love of Jesus Christ and forgiveness, not so much the crushing weight of sin. So this next event that I'm mentioning, you will have to do some adapting to it depending on your faith tradition. It's called Journey to the Cross, and it's a family experience, basically a Stations of the Cross, specifically for kids, with interactive opportunities and storytelling opportunities and just an overall fun event. They have colorful graphics. Group is very good at writing out scripts for you, giving you lots of options to adapt to the numbers that you expect for your event, and really tailoring it to your church. So you get a lot of information that you will need to sift through, but it really is easy to hand to volunteers, kind of a grab and go experience. Now, another publishing house that I is it a house? Marketplace that I am not really familiar with. I've only recently become acquainted and interested in is called Dandelion Marketplace. And they are a progressive Christian faith tradition publishing house. And they have an Easter experience called Holy Week Fair. And if you are from an unfundamentalist, progressive, liberal Christian faith tradition, check this one out. It has a lot of event activities for kids to do inside of a church building, outside of a church building. It's kind of this notion that kids move through stations and experience the Easter story through tactile means and not so much of an egg hunt experience. It's really unique in my opinion. And if you've done this one before, let me know, because this is one that I don't have experience with, but I'm very interested in. An Easter trunk or treat. We always do the Halloween ones, right? The fall festival trunk or treats at church, but I rarely see a church doing the Easter version of it. Now, this one could involve eggs if you wanted to, have church members sign up to decorate a trunk of their car in a parking lot you could center it around Jesus theme, palm fronds and the empty tomb and the three women discovering Jesus at the empty tomb. You could do a whole theme of the Easter story. You could also hand out eggs. Definitely hand out candy at this event. But I pretty much guarantee a lot of churches are not doing this one. Another idea is a traditional Easter fair. Again, we see these types of events in the fall, but they're also great for the spring, especially if you live here in the South and warmer weather is starting to make an appearance. Go ahead and put together those carnival type games that feature spring items, ducks and chicks and bunnies. You could even have a little bunny petting zoo or have a llama. Partner with a local farm and have a petting zoo. I mean, the possibilities are boundless. Just make it fun for the kids. Get some inflatables, some obstacle courses, and just make it a fair experience for your community. As a fundraiser, you could sell food or have food trucks pop in. A smaller scale idea is resurrection eggs. And I've done this for years and years. It kind of lost popularity, I feel like. People have kind of forgotten about resurrection eggs. Now, resurrection eggs can be adapted to your faith tradition. Families donate an empty carton of eggs and you put 12 plastic eggs available. Invite families to your church to stuff those eggs with little bits of the Easter story. So you can have a donkey to represent Palm Sunday or a little palm frond. You could have a rock in one of the eggs to represent the tomb rolled away. And families just stuff their own resurrection story. You could have little slips of paper with the Bible verses on it. And then they have something to treasure to take home to do with their kids, to teach their family the story of Jesus' resurrection at home. A fun tradition that my family personally has done for years, I've also done this at churches, is a resurrection rolls baking event.
My marshmallow disappeared.
Did your marshmallow disappear?
Yeah.
Just like Jesus isn't in the tomb anymore?
Yeah.
Your marshmallow isn't in
No.
your bread anymore. Wow.
No.
It's not in there. Nope. Marshmallow disappeared. So this can be something that you just offer families at one of the other events we've mentioned today, or you suggest families do this at home on Easter Sunday, or you have a baking event and if you have a small group, invite them to come to your church kitchen and bake resurrection rolls together. They're super easy. I will link a recipe down below, but basically you buy crescent rolls, you mix some cinnamon and sugar together, you sprinkle them, you stuff it with a marshmallow, and you talk about how Jesus was put into the tomb, and then you bake it in the oven and it gets all gooey and delicious because of course the marshmallow melts, and then you cut into the resurrection roll and Jesus has disappeared because Jesus is resurrected. He lives again and is no longer in the tomb. It's just a really cute, fun tradition that could be turned into a baking event. Search for the lamb. Now, I've also seen my same friend who does Messy Church, I'm pretty sure this was her, who for the longest time hid sheep around her community in local businesses, and families were given clues and had to find all the sheep, and then they could turn in a paper with all the sheep. They could turn it in, take pictures, and get a prize when they found all of the sheep. And it was just a scavenger hunt type event that wasn't just a weekend thing that families could do whenever they had time. It got local businesses involved. So it was more exposure for your community businesses. And it seemed to have a great response from the family members at her church. Simple idea that could be attached to a larger event, but I suggest doing this before Easter Sunday morning. If you have sidewalks in front of your church building, invite families to decorate the sidewalk. So section off portions, have people decorate Easter themes, say it has to be on an Easter theme, a biblical theme, and have a competition to see who draws the best Easter scene on the sidewalks. And then your sidewalks are decorated gorgeously when all the new people show up for Easter morning. Those families who don't attend very often, the older generations of the church come, they can see, oh wait, there is a kid presence, a family presence in this church. They will see it on your sidewalks. It is one of the most impactful events and visuals that a church can do for Easter Sunday. Let me know which of these ideas you enjoyed down below. What are you doing this Easter that is different from an egg hunt? I'll see you in my next video.